So this is the seat of the Yamaha Tricity 155. It looks nice, but it is not. I haven't ridden it for a few days and its smooth is out, but you can already see a few wrinkles. So the foam inside is breaking down already after like half a year of use. So it's not much padding, but it's so this is there is a big hole under the leather and between the leather and the foam, but at least they gave us a screwdriver. How fantastic, how thoughtful. I would have been more happy with a better suspension or a USB socket on the bike. But that's what we get for a premium price from Yamaha, a well-established brand. Alright, now enough with the ranting. So the plan is to take this off. So I'm going to take out the stitches with the screwdriver, not this one, good one. And then gel pad or rubber foam and seat heating. So the gel pad, rubber foam, because so this is a hard rubber foam, because the suspension is not very great on the bike. So this, maybe together with this or only this, is going to reduce the heat my spine is getting, because the rear suspension on the Tricity is just a basic suspension. Even if you hit a 3 or a 5 centimeters, so 1 or 2 inches of stones or 1 or 2 inches of holes, and then you feel it badly in your spine. So this then is just a simple heating solution from AliExpress. It's with 3 pads, and so this will go somewhere somehow. So alright, so I removed the nails or stitches or whatever. You need to remove them up to here. And this is how it looks like. So you have this leather kind of stuff, and you have this waterproofing nylon, and you have this weak ass foam. And I forgot to mention in the introduction, but if you are doing a longer ride on this, like a 20-minute ride, you sink into the foam completely. I'm not heavy, I'm like 75-85 kilos, and so if you are sinking completely, it's no suspension effect. So the foam has a suspension effect, but this is too weak. It's a weak ass foam. Yeah, and that's interesting. This is not glued to the base layer, which I'm actually happy about. Yeah, but this is very weak. Here, yeah, so here is the thickest, and it's slimmer and slimmer here. Yeah, it's like 5 centimeters maximum. I show you what I would like to have. So I have these 2 thickness of rubber foam. These are quite rubbery, and so these act as a kind of a suspension, really. So I would like to have this at the bottom, and then this is a 1.5 centimeters gel, and this is from Amazon, this is from AliExpress. You can get this on Amazon too, but more expensive. This you cannot get on AliExpress. This thick and strong rubber foam. You can only get rubber foam for sound insulation, which is not good, which is very soft. So ideally this should be at the bottom on the base plastic, like so, and then this on the top, and ideally this should be covered, because as I am going to cut this like so, where the gel meets this silicone foam, it's not even silicone, just simple foam, there it should be like somehow covered with a very thin foam, something like this. So, but if there is not enough space for the thick one, I will use the thin one. Yeah, we shall see. We shall see. And then, yeah, I'm thinking where to put the heating pads. The heating pads should come between the gel and this top layer. Yeah, the gel actually stores heat very well. So this is an advantage in the winter, but not so much in the summer. So on my other bike, I actually used camping foam, which is covered with this aluminum layer, and I put it on the gel so the aluminum was facing my bottom. So yeah, I have this thin layer. Yeah, this is a better quality thin layer from Amazon, and this is a bit more thick from AliExpress. So we shall see which one I can use. And I could also cover the edge bit, so where the gel meets the foam, with this self-adhesive leather-like material, also from AliExpress. This is not bad actually. I'll show you something. So this is my other seat on the Versys X, and this is a piece from the self-adhesive leather I showed you earlier. I put the other seat on top. It's not a good idea. So this is already done like so with the layers. So the rubber foam, 2 layers of rubber foam, and the gel, and then the tin, which is covering the seat all the way. So I marked the place where I would like to have the gel. I noticed that the seat is not completely symmetrical. So this is the gel I have, and yeah, approximately it's going to be like so, and these parts which I cut here will go here. I have some leftovers from the previous seat. And now comes the cutting. So it turns out that the utility knife was totally enough. I didn't need to heat it. I didn't need to heat the blade. And it came out pretty quickly. Here we have 5.5 centimeters, 6 centimeters, and here we have 5, and this is 4.5. This is 25 centimeters by 22.5 by 8.5. So this is 1.5 centimeters. And this is almost 2 centimeters. I will do some thinking off camera. So what I'm going to do is take this 2 centimeter rubber foam, put this at the bottom, take this 1 centimeter rubber foam, put it on the top, then I will use the gel and maybe use some thicker leftover gel in the front where it's higher. Then I am going to use this thicker top layer. Alright, so status update. So I cut the thicker rubber foam and the thinner rubber foam, put it inside, put it in place. This has a self-adhesive back, so it's glued to the seat. Now it's fixed in position. And then I cut the gel. I haven't removed the foil yet. And just a quick reminder, you use a very nice, good, sharp scissor because it's very difficult to cut. And it sticks to everything immediately. So this part is very sticky, and if you remove it, it will stick. So you could say it's self-adhesive. And you only have the protection layer at the bottom, and it's somehow laminated on the top. So you cannot remove that, but that's okay. So, but now we can see the difference I measured in the beginning, that it's in level at the back almost. I will, once I put the top layer on it, it will be level. But here we have a big gap, 1.5 centimeters, not very good. So I have complete original piece of this, but it's getting expensive, so I'm going to cut costs, and I need the other piece for my other seat for the rally bike. So I'm going to use layers of this cheap leftover whatever camping foam, and I will make it level. Alright, so status update again. So as you can see, I cut this foam to size and made a mistake, and it's now 2 pieces, but it's quite level. So it's 1 layer of this seems to be enough. And I also cut here the edge of the foam. I made steps, or I don't know how to say it in English, for this material to cover the gel and everything inside nicely, and it will be seamlessly, I hope, seamlessly integrated into the foam. Okay, so one more thing, you need to be careful with this shit when you insert it in the gel, because the sides and also the bottom, but you expect the bottom to be sticky, but the sides are also very sticky. So you see, it's difficult to get it in place because it sticks to your hand and it sticks to the other one. So yeah, it's shit to work with it, but you can do it. Yeah, one more thing. So this is not rocket science. This is not NASA. The measurements I took, they are not by the millimeter, and I made a little mistake here. There's a small gap, but as I will sit on it, I think that I won't feel it. It won't be a problem. The heating pads are in place, and with my last seat, I glued the sides together, and with this one obviously not. because the cables need to go through there. So there was a hole in the seat. It's a good place for the cables or whatever, and they will be like so. So remember, in my last status update, I mentioned this is not NASA, sorry, but I screwed up big time. So good thing I ordered 2 pieces of this material, because this is too big of a hole here. Same on the other side. I don't know how I measured it. So I covered the whole thing with this foam. It also has self-adhesive layer on the back. It was easy. It's still not perfect, and especially here I made a mistake. I don't know how. Maybe I should have had one more coffee. There is also a little gap. So what I'm going to do, take this self-adhesive leather, artificial leather thingy, and cut stripes from it and put them on the sides. Okay, so I added this artificial leather self-adhesive stripes to the sides, edges, and here I noticed there was still a gap between this foam and the original foam. So I added a little piece of this camping foam, camping mattress, whatever. It sticks out a little bit, I saw that, but the gap was big, so I think as I sit on it, it will sink in. And so this might be a high stress area. I am not sure exactly where my ass is. So I added 2 layers of this artificial leather on that piece of foam and to this edge. So I could have covered the whole area with this artificial leather, but because these heating pads are not very strong, I don't want to insulate them. So it might be more durable with the whole thing covered with an extra layer, but it's like the floor heating. If you put a lot of cement on the tubes in the floor, then you don't get any heating because you insulate the thing. So, well, we will see. It doesn't have to be the best ever. So to put back the leather, you need this stapler gun, or how you call it, I don't know, and an electric one is sufficient, something which has around 100 Newton meters of power. This one is okay. I had a steel previously, but I took it back because it was shit. So this actually looks the same as the steel. No, I think I had an Einhell. Yeah, sorry, it was an Einhell. And so that was shit. So you need to make sure you start in the top center, how you call it. You pull it in place and you put one nail here, and maybe the one to the left, one to the right after that. And then you can also pull it on the side, but make sure it stays symmetrical. And then you add one here, add one there, add one here, add one there. So you alternate between the sides. Okay, I finished the stitching. It was a bit difficult, especially here. I couldn't put enough stitches in there, but whatever, this is going to be enough. It's not NASA, and the work is visible, so it's not a perfect smooth curve anymore, but I don't care. It's gonna be much more comfortable and heated. stay tuned for the test drive.